Thank you for turning to page 121, and I mean that. This episode happens at the time that I've made 3,000 subscribers. So thank you, everyone who has subscribed. I really appreciate the support. I love reading the comments, getting back to all the comments that I'm able to. It's been great. It's been a lot of fun. I'm excited about the channel continuing. So thank you very much for the support. And if you know anybody who's been on the fence, let's kick it and let's go to the next 1,000. But for today's episode, we're going to go to one of my favorite books in all of Traveler, and that includes from 1977 until now, The Third Imperium. There's just so much good stuff in this book. I wanted a hunk of equipment, and I went to the 2002 Central Supply Catalog, and then I went to the Field Catalog, and nothing grabbed me that I wanted to do a video on, and then I came across this guy. And of course, these have been around pretty much as long as Traveler's been around. And I thought, well, yeah, okay, I'll do the Disposable Reentry Kit. This is under the Imperial Marine section of the Third Imperium book. So basically, disposable reentry kit, sometimes referred to as the poor man's escape pod. They're a suitable backup tool for jump troops who do not have access to reentry capsule or other means of conducting an orbital assault. The kit consists of a bladder shield, harness, stabilizer, tripod. So we got a bladder shield, the harness that holds you in place, the stabilizer tripod, which is more of a quad pod, lightweight chemical thruster, and basic flight computer, all of which are disposable. The bladder shield is made of a polymer foam that absorbs heat during reentry. At higher tech levels, the material becomes more durable and reliable. The flight computer is attached to the stabilizer and assists the user with adjustments during descent. The harness buckles the user in for the ride. The user supplies their own vac suit, combat armor, battle dress, or other vacuum-sealed environmental suit with a life support system. Users must make certain they have enough air in their tanks for the drop. The denser the atmosphere, the longer duration of the descent. Some kits include a parachute that deploys once the suitable atmosphere is present. Others require the user to bring an appropriate in-atmosphere locomotion system, that is, a chemical rocket pack or a grav belt. Disposable reentry kits are popular with extreme sports enthusiasts, some of whom hold competitions in which time to landing, landing zone accuracy, and other factors are scored. These guys are cool. They've been around forever in Traveler. And a poor man's escape pod is a great way to describe them, but they're also more important for a couple of other reasons. They have, at my table at least, it doesn't say it here, but at my table, they have a very low radar profile. They're very hard to spot. So if you're looking to insert 15, 20 member team during an active duty military campaign, as of a naval campaign, or if you're doing a mercenary campaign, which is where we've used it, this is a great thing to have on hand. You can have your 15 or 20 mercenaries strap into these things and go in for the high altitude landing and come in literally under the radar. The radar just will not detect these things, at least at my table. I give them a very low radar profile. The item itself, a disposable reentry kit at tech level 8, weighs 15 kilograms. You need flyer of any type, skill level 2, and costs 15,000 credits. Disposable reentry kit at tech level 10 is only 11 kilograms. You only need flyer skill any 1, and it costs 12,000 credits. And then at tech level 13, it's 8 kilograms, flyer any 0 level, and 1,000 credits. And flyer is important because that refers to atmospheric. I would not allow pilot to substitute for that. And then it has some notes here. Making a drop with a portable reentry kit, difficult at 10 plus, flyer, check, variable time frame, and dexterity. Time frame varies with the atmosphere type. If the atmosphere code is 5 or below, it's 2 die times 10 minutes. That's pretty darn fast. Terminal velocity is reached quicker if you have a thinner atmosphere, assuming gravities are the same. If 6 to 7, it is D3 hours, and if it's code 8 to 9, it is D6 hours to complete the drop. The referee may adjust the drop difficulty to account for other factors. For example, the traveler is dropping into a region in which a tropical storm is brewing. The in-atmosphere portion of the drop might warrant a higher level of difficulty. So difficulty 10 adjusted for your flyer skill, any, and dexterity. that's pretty good. It's achievable. But it still leaves a nice element of danger. We have used these at my table a couple of times. Uh, used these back in I believe it was the late 80s in a game. It was an active duty mercenary campaign I was running where they decided this would be a good way to insert some mercenaries. And that's one of the reasons I've always loved these things. My players had asked if there was anything similar that would have a low uh, radar profile to go into a hostile area. And I pointed them this direction in one of the older books, and they said, hey, great, that's what we'll do. The other thing you can use these for is you can drop cargo. You just simply strike the cargo where the person would go or build some kind of cover for the cargo itself. Now, you have an onboard computer there, you would have to pilot it remotely, and you do risk losing the cargo entirely. You could have something as simple as just misplacing the pod itself by having it land in water, and the cargo could be lost or destroyed that way. For cargo, you're generally going to want some kind of parachute system to get this thing down relatively on point. For that kind of thing, I would allow pilot skill to substitute for riding the thing. The pilot could actually guide it in remotely, or remote ops would also work. I would still leave it at a difficulty 10, and I would modify by remote ops or pilot, and then dexterity. And the reason I say pilot is the pilot has to plot when to release it from the ship and how it will hit the atmosphere and then make it to its landing site. So it's still challenging, but it's a good way to get supplies that are needed, say for your mercenaries that are down on the planet's surface. It's a good way to get some supplies to them at need, and it's not a long time either. The worst time you're looking at here is D6 hours. So from the time it leaves your ship in orbit to the time it lands on the surface, it's only D6 hours. So there you have it, just a short one today about disposable reentry kits. I love these things. I encourage my players to have one or two of these on hand. You never know when you're going to need a low-profile insertion. So at a tech level 13 for 10,000 credit cost, that's absolutely worth investing in. So that's all I've got to say today on page 121. I want to say thank you. 3,000 subscribers is a goal I never thought I'd achieve. I appreciate all the support, and anything we can do to keep the channel growing, I'm here. So please let me know what you think of the video, and I'll see you next time on page 121.